Human beings have created lots of data. It comes from our interaction with equipment that we use. It comes from equipment itself. You may not be aware of that lots of data is not yet being well analyzed and utilized. But the question is, should we process data on the edge or on the cloud? The debate has just begun. According to Gartner report, by 2023, 30% of edge computing will be delivered by hyperscale cloud providers like Azure, AWS, or Google, while 70% will be from somewhere else. Somewhere else, of course, includes Advantech edge devices. Companies are doing their best to get a better market share in edge computing. What hyperscale cloud providers are doing is cloud out, which means to have cloud structure programmed onto the edge. So the data process is basically cloud-based, while edge makers are doing edge in, which means edge being an independent point using cloud services. Both ways have their pros and cons. Now, you must have a question in your mind. How do I choose between cloud and edge? Where is the balance point? The orchestration of Azure and Advantech is the best example of combining cloud out and edge in. Let's talk about Azure's way first. Azure is extending cloud computing to the edge. Their edge zone concept is offering end users some alternatives to get closer to their cloud services from the edge. Advantech being an important partner of Microsoft, our software engineers streamlined Azure plug-and-play protocol to extend Azure services to the last mile to reach the end users. And what does Advantech do to edge in? The upside of edge computing is faster response time, which is extremely important for real-time applications. And this slide basically illustrates Advantech's Edge Plus strategy in reaching out from edge computing to cloud computing. By working with Microsoft and our eco-partners in different verticals such as retail, factory, and healthcare, we know what key elements are. Customers may choose a mixture of edge and cloud to suit their current and future requirements. Along with this edge-to-cloud paradigm shift, one of the major challenges is how to manage a large number of IoT devices. How does Advantech address this major challenge? Let me introduce Eric Gao, Director of Embedded IoT Software, to share more insights. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Jeff. Thanks for having me. I do realize there are many attendees today who are very new to Advantech ecosystem. Let me answer this question in context. We all know how important mobile phone is to our daily lives. Here's my mobile phone. I need software from the phone manufacturer to manage the phone, otherwise I cannot do anything with it. Now, what if there are hundreds of them and I need to change one single setting? I need software capable of accessing all of them so I don't have to unlock each phone and change setting one by one. Then, what if I do not have these phones in my hand as they are physically distributed across a region or even the globe? I need this software to run from the cloud, not limited by distance, but very secure and fast at the same time. Now, let's replace this mobile phone in your hand with any device runs in your factories, supermarkets, hospitals, subway stations, and etc. Those devices, which are equally important to your daily lives, need to be managed also. This is exactly why Advantech launched DeviceOn 2 years ago. As a key solution to address critical IoT management challenges, in my opinion, DeviceOn is not a software by itself. It is simply the key part of Advantech products. Just like iOS or Android to your mobile phone. Without it, it just doesn't work.
Okay, I got it. DeviceOn to Advantech hardware is just like iOS to iPhone. But what exactly does DeviceOn offer?
Well, With any device, the first and foremost is to know its status anytime, from anywhere. With DeviceOn, not only the connection and hardware status can be monitored in real time, we can monitor the software processes. We just supported container monitoring with the new release as well. With all these device data coming in, we have a web portal offering full-featured data visualization. What you see now is just the beginning. You can imagine the value of this DeviceOn web portal once we pull in more detailed device and even application data. Sky is the limit. Monitoring is good, but what to do with the device once something comes up? DeviceOn offers all kinds of operation capabilities and options. You can power on or off. You can adjust display setting. To guarantee access, you can connect by IPMI out of band. You can operate once on many devices in batch mode. Group these many devices for different policies and schedule operation. We can take care of the server-side deployment in either public or private cloud setting to onboard the devices with zero touch. Last but not the least, all these operations are done from remote without physical access to the devices. That's the beauty of it. DeviceOn targets devices in vertical environments such as factories, retail shops, hospitals, and so on. One of the top requirements from customers is to push software update and data to the devices on a regular basis. That's where DeviceOn over-the-air features come in handy. Advantech pushes the latest and greatest DeviceOn feature enhancements to the devices via any internet connection. Also helps to push customers' application and/or data updates, just like what App Store pushes to your mobile phones. With the latest release, we empower customers to open its own App Store with full push control. Your device, your application, your control. I hope these justify my bold positioning of DeviceOn as the iOS to your iPhone. Jeff?
Thanks, Eric. Now I'm seriously considering recommending DeviceOn to my friend who is running his own factory in Taiwan, because I have heard enough complaints from him having headache to deploy things like that. So, what kind of hardware does DeviceOn support?
You know, you can give me your credit card now without learning more. Just kidding. DeviceOn now supports over 600 plus Advantech hardware devices across every industry you can think of. Doesn't matter if you choose to run Windows, Linux, Android, or RTOS. These devices are basically special purpose computers in customers' environment. You can connect many types of peripherals like sensors, printers, scanners, and PLC controllers. We have supported many new peripherals in the past year or so. I also want to highlight one of the key offerings here. What if your friend already got a factory management software infrastructure deployed, but like to leverage DeviceOn as well? DeviceOn exposes its cutting-edge features via full-blown REST API to third-party applications for integration. The philosophy is to let customers to stick with what's working and what they like. To minimize the risk and hassle when deploying DeviceOn into a production environment, customer peace of mind is what Advantech values the most. So, your credit card ready?
Okay, I'm sure our audience are ready to give you their credit cards. But until they see real applications with DeviceOn running in action, they might prefer to wait until...
Hold on, Jeff. Sorry to interrupt. DeviceOn has quite a few successful applications shipping as of today. Let's talk about automation first. IH and Combridge are industrial apps aiming to manage factory equipment with standard protocol support such as Modbus, OPC UA, ODBC, and etc. You can set up rules and notification for any proactive maintenance or reactive operation required immediately. How about kiosks you see every day in retail shops, hospitals, or workplaces? And you can easily relate to how frustrated one can be when in a hurry and that kiosk just not responding. By nature, kiosks are dispersed all over the places. DeviceOn provides central management and monitoring infrastructure, and the key requirement to update software over the air. Typically, kiosk has a display built in. With DeviceOn Display, central administrators can adjust display brightness, color temperature, and audio volume remotely. If you go to any large supermarket nowadays, you are able to see e-paper tags showing price points and product information and changing as needed whenever the shelf product is replaced. DeviceOn e-paper supports e-paper management and the push of shelf product data as well. In a nutshell, DeviceOn manages device, software, and data in either edge or cloud setup. We ship these applications to the production environments today, and looking for other vertical segment experts to develop even more exciting ones. To get my point across, I would like to invite Press Lee, the SSD expert in Advantech, to give us the hands-on experience with DeviceOn SQ Manager. Hi Press, how are you doing today? I hope you are in a pretty good mood. First, can you talk a bit about Advantech SQ products? What are they?
Hey Eric, of course, I'm thrilled to be here with the event today. And for sure, DeviceOn integration is shielding lights from AIoT to SSD and memory products. With decades of experience in industrial markets, we gradually developed industrial design business model for SSD and memory products. That includes not only comprehensive data security protection, but also advanced thermal solutions and market-leading longevity support for up to 5 years to address mission-critical markets. Nowadays, industrial markets are no longer slow and conservative markets. On the total contrary, machine vision, autonomous driving, and intelligent surveillance, all of these applications have benefited from rapidly evolving AI technologies. So a very important key strategy for us is having early access to new technologies and further ensuring our partners can leverage fast SSDs and memory to capture business opportunities from AI-related applications. High speed brings higher power consumption and results in high heat. At Advantech, we also have our in-house thermal solution team to ensure even SSD and memory are appropriately designed for heat dissipation, so that our products can really achieve industrial grade for use in harsh environments. For example, product designs that accommodate different temperature ranges are nothing new. But we have exclusive support from memory IC vendors on acquiring Tier 1 chips to ensure our product works reliably in extended temperature environments. Also, in the field, products can be used in unstable power environments, and so we have rigorous design concept for power failure protection to make SSD even more sustainable with more than 40,000 occurrence of abnormal power interruptions. Last but not least, for write-intensive applications, we also have the latest technology to make modern NAND flash IC become 10 times more durable compared with typical commercial SSD in the market.
So, it sounds like for industrial applications, there are tons of risks in operation, and our design has to aim high. Is there anything you are doing to further control those risk factors?
Certainly. For us, industrial design services are reducing the risk and risk management. This is the exact reason we have deep integration with DeviceOn technologies in addition to high standard hardware designs. With DeviceOn SQ Manager, the temperature of DDR can be monitored remotely. Customers can even set a threshold for a temperature alarm to be broadcast. From our dashboard, IT administrators can check not only the connection status of their SSD and memory, they can even check the system power input stability and have a precaution for any potential power breakdown. Through 24/7 cloud monitoring, we can also understand the data loading of each SSD in order to properly react to an SSD life consumption state, such as scheduling shutdown for maintenance or another routine SSD self-diagnostics. DeviceOn helps to realize predictive maintenance for SSD and memory products, as well as real-time monitoring of the health of the system, high responsiveness to hazard events, and eventually, it helps reduce the total cost of ownership. Furthermore, we know there are still a great deal of applications that are not connected, so offline utility is still essential. Based on the same technology, we built the offline monitoring utility SQ Agent with full integration of the agent to the cloud. Once the offline monitoring utility is installed in the system, in addition to the local monitoring features, the way to the cloud is also built.
Wow! I can see already how DeviceOn can differentiate SQ products from others. Do you have any vertical markets in mind that can benefit from this total solution?
Well, yes. Factory automation is a typical industry that requires high-quality systems and places any risk under control. So it is in this territory that DeviceOn has acquired many successful cases. Now, let's take a virtual trip to Japan. Kyushu, the third largest island in Japan, has a very prosperous car industry. There's a long-established high-precision metal processing factory that has been producing metal parts for Toyota Automotive since 1970s. Throughout their 50 years of history, they have been expanding scale and production sites, even setting up a factory abroad in Vietnam. Along with the growth, management found a substantial increase in efforts to consolidate production performance data from multiple sites. It turns out that quality control and efficiency enhancement are becoming difficult. Lately, they have adopted a complete solution package of DeviceOn and Edge Intelligence Server from Advantech. With this setup, production data from logic controllers on manufacturing equipment from all production sites can be collected and transferred to the cloud. With DeviceOn, all production data is visualized so the management can understand the real-time manufacturing turnaround and all factory data. Meanwhile, information on the operation stability of this intelligent network is also monitored by DeviceOn SQ Manager, which collects real-time power stability information, device temperature information, and data storage reliability status. With that, their IT department can better plan system maintenance for their factory and reduce downtime.
金属加工はその付加価値が個人の習熟で大きく差の出る業種であります。デジタルトランスフォーメーションはかなり難しい仕事です。アドバンテックのプロフェッショナルなサポートがあれば、プロセス全体を可能な限り見える化でき、製品と品質を安定して持続的に進めることができます。
ありがとうございます。So far, I'm sure Eric should be very happy to see how we can help land DeviceOn. With even just a simple storage device, it can be the door opener for many industries. There, Eric, the stage is yours again.
Thanks, Prash, for sharing this first-hand experience from a user perspective. By the way, DeviceOn SQ Manager is right now also available on Azure Marketplace. Let's switch gears here and see what's happening in the world during these unprecedented, challenging times. Just quite recently, Taiwan's semiconductor industry has become the focal point on the global stage. US, Europe, and Japan have all asked Taiwan government to step in to solve the serious chip shortage problem, which causes the biggest car makers all over the world to halt production and idle plants. Germany's Volkswagen, Ford in the US, and Japan's Toyota. I have two angles here. Taiwan's semiconductor industry has been under the radar for years. The focus and leadership on semiconductor fab innovation has not been recognized fairly at all, compared to IC design houses and end product vendors like mobile phones or fancy consumer electronics. Obviously, it's dramatically changing as we speak. The competitive advantage being built in the previous decades are now getting top-level attention across the globe. It's exactly the same situation as in industrial PC world. Advantech has been the quiet leader in so many vertical spaces, empowering critical production systems behind factory automation, healthcare, retail and services, banking, energy, and so on. You name it, you got it. Now is the right time to show Advantech's indispensable value to the world, including our long-time industrial install base and the fast-evolving cloud and AIoT ecosystem. Here comes my second angle. What unique value Advantech contributes to the semiconductor industry in Taiwan? One word, DeviceOn. Let's take a look at the real semiconductor fab environment. There are many equipment in a typical fab cleanroom. Underneath each expensive manufacturing equipment, there are devices integrated with equipment installed in the elevated floor. Typically, if any problem alerting from the devices, internal IT support owner has to walk a long way to the facility, spend significant time changing to clean room suit, enter the clean room, find the alerting equipment, open the elevated floor, and perform diagnostics procedure to see what's going on. In most cases, it's just a simple device reboot to get things back to normal. You can imagine how much hassle it is for the support team. Advantech has successfully deployed DeviceOn in many semiconductor fab environments. It provides monitoring and notification, then provide remote KVM capability to fab support team to save significant time and resources, as described earlier. Advantech is thrilled to see Taiwan semiconductor industry is now shining on the global scale. We are even more proud of ourselves for making key contribution behind the scene to the overwhelming success. Okay, we have talked about DeviceOn design concept, key features, and real-world applications. I'd like to conclude with what we really see in DeviceOn for innovation. We are living in the world surrounded by all kinds of digital signage. As the business owner, equipment vendor, or content provider, it expects video, image, or other form of information running normal and good all the time on the display. But the cruel fact is no one knows for sure unless standing right in front of it. How can we solve this problem to provide peace of mind? With DeviceOn being the management heart and soul behind the digital signage, the media stream is sent to Azure IoT Hub in the cloud, connecting to DeviceOn server, which takes screenshots in certain interval, like seconds or minutes. The screenshots are passed to Azure Machine Learning and Cognitive Services, provisioning an AI model already trained to tell if the screenshot includes annoying system error dialog, showing garbage subtitles, or worst of all, simply a blue screen. If any of these happening, then the business owner, equipment vendor, or content provider is able to fix it right away. Once the AI model getting mature, it can be reallocated back to the edge device, the on-premises special purpose computer running DeviceOn agent. If the device is equipped with proper hardware acceleration engine to run the inference workload. Running on-premises is the common requirement for many vertical environments for security or cost consideration. This signage anomaly detection is not simple management or monitoring anymore. This is straight innovation DeviceOn plus Azure can offer. You can imagine this is just one example of endless possibilities out there. With this, I'd like to segue back to Jeff, the Microsoft business expert in Advantech. Finally, I get to ask Jeff some questions. Jeff, on what business are Advantech and Microsoft working together to offer unique value to customers?
Thank you, Eric. Advantech has been one of Microsoft's global distributors for years. We have been very successful distributing Microsoft Windows license and our software services to our customers. Now we have extended our coverage from Windows embedded licenses to cloud services.
More and more enterprises are leveraging cloud computing to lower costs and implement innovative services. The cloud computing market value is expected to reach up to $623.3 billion by 2023. Thinking about adopting cloud for your business? Let us help you. Microsoft Azure is an ever-expanding set of cloud services to help your organization meet your business challenges. Azure is currently available in 140 countries and regions. It offers a collection of more than 90 compliance offerings. Today, more than 95% of Fortune 500 companies trust their business on Azure. As a Microsoft Gold Cloud Platform partner, Advantech offers cloud solutions across Azure, Office 365, IT, AI, and IoT areas. With our global leading IoT and IPC competency, we can be your trusted consultant for hardware, software, and cloud solutions with our consultancy services in Azure AI and IoT solution deployment. We offer various cloud services for IoT, such as consulting for Azure IoT plug-and-play certification and WISE-DeviceOn software that bridges edge device data and Azure. Advantech WISE-DeviceOn software is a remote technology and web-based solution for device monitoring and management. It offers a single platform for standalone, private cloud, and public cloud environments. And it's preloaded in more than 600 Advantech board and system models. With its powerful functions, DeviceOn can reduce operating and maintenance costs by more than 80%. In addition to offering DeviceOn, we can also design Azure IoT architecture to deploy your applications in Azure for better stability and scalability. Advantech offers comprehensive technical and consulting services for your entire cloud journey. From cloud migration and deployment to operational maintenance, cost-benefit optimization, and security solutions such as McAfee Cloud Security and Acronis Backup and Recovery, we're always able to help optimize your Azure efficiency and experience. Advantech's CSP program can fulfill your needs, no matter whether you're an Azure end user or reseller. Becoming an Advantech Azure indirect reseller gives you access to our technical support and co-marketing resources. This means you can sell Azure without upfront investment in support, billing, and invoicing, allowing you to focus on your core business and maintain end-to-end customer relations. Ready to embrace a better cloud experience? Let us accelerate your digital transformation journey. Connect with Advantech. Connect with the future.
Cloud business has its own nature and ecosystem. People do not embrace cloud because they like to. Most of them migrate to cloud because their problems can be solved with cloud. We've been asking ourselves what kind of role we could play in the ecosystem. After talking with and working with lots of our partners, we realized Advantech's position in this map. Advantech's advantage is not only being a hardware provider. We have created an IoT ecosystem ourselves, and we leverage this to help independent software vendors, domain-focused system integrators, and IT partners to form an alliance. all kinds of demand that comes from different verticals require not just a few elements. So one vendor can hardly meet all the requirements from an end user. As an Azure CSP, Advantech offers our partners not only Azure services, but also our edge devices, edge cloud, and edge cloud solutions altogether. Our partners can therefore add up all the building blocks that we offer, together with their own strength, to satisfy end users even more. Let me give you a perfect example on how we ease the pain of a metalworking manufacturer. This end customer encountered a few pain points. For example, they found it hard to trace back faulty parts with just paper records. Top management could only wait for a consolidated report to know their yield rate and production efficiency. They didn't have the real-time visibility to monitor the production line. They counted on a periodical human patrol. So a lot of time they didn't even know for how long a machine had already been malfunctioning. This company really needed some kind of digital transformation, but they didn't know how, and they couldn't do it on their own. Since they had been using Advantech edge devices for long, they turned to us, and we found one of our CSP partners offering a great tool for production management that comes from their great experiences working with factories. Microsoft also came into picture. They are always passionate to drive enterprises toward adopting IoT solutions, and they are the fundamental part of cloud. This project went pretty well. Now, this company's management is able to use data to analyze how to improve their efficiency, trace back on what goes wrong during production process, and will get an alert to save their downtime loss. In short, their cost is saved and efficiency is improved. You can have this kind of edge-to-cloud success in your regions too. With Advantech's global presence and our Azure CSP role, plus our in-house software like DeviceOn. Let Advantech be your edge-to-cloud IoT partner. Let's co-create together.